Welcome back. You're watching NSE FinWiz powered by CNBC TV 18. Gajendra, let's talk about gold. It's one of India's favorite assets. Now we have another option. We don't need to buy physical gold. We have e-gold, electronic gold. Is that a good way to invest in gold? Should I invest in gold?
Okay. We being Indians, it's a logical thing that, gold is one of a very must-have item in our portfolio. Now, the way I look gold as an expert is that you should buy gold only if you have a requirement for it. So let's say you are getting married in maybe 2 years time or 5 years time, or your son or children getting married in 5-10 years time. Then you may start accumulating gold, through an SIP manner, not physical gold. See, earlier we never had the option. We had to buy physical gold and keep storing in a locker. But today you have plenty of options. You can invest in gold just like an SIP. You can buy 5 grams every month in paper form. So whatever the value of gold today is, you're buying 5 grams in today's value, and you're adding those in a paper. It looks on the paper. After 5 years, when the moment comes, when the the event comes, you can sell this and get everything in cash, and you can go and get jewelry done. Okay, that's the best way of investing in gold for requirement. Now, if you want to invest in gold for investment purpose, thinking gold, many people have this notion that gold doesn't give negative returns, right? This is a myth. This is a very big myth. Just to give you data, in US, if you're in US and if you invested in gold in 1980, it took good 25 years for the price to come back to the same level what was in 1980. So gold never performed for 25 years. So the same thing can happen. Gold is a good hedge against inflation. So if inflation is around 8%, gold can give closer to 8-9% returns. But through gold, you can never create wealth.
Gaurav, then I want to come to you for our other favorite asset class, which is real estate. Then there is very often people say that, all right, I'll go buy a house, I'll put a certain amount of down payment, the rest I'll pay through EMI, I'll put that house on rent. So certain amount of my EMI gets offset by the rent, the rest obviously I'll pay off. Is that a good option?
Real estate consumes a lot of money because you won't get real estate for 1,000 or 5,000 or 5 lakhs or 50 lakhs or whatever. So earlier in the career, if you just pick up a real estate more from investment perspective, you're kind of getting into a situation where majority of assets are in a single piece, which is real estate, right? Number one. Now let's look at real estate certain characteristics. It's indivisible. So if I have a 2-bedroom house and if I need money, can I go and sell 1 bedroom? Saying here, sell there, it doesn't work, right? So it's indivisible. It's illiquid. I mean, it's not like a mutual fund or a share where I just sign the form or something and it gets sold off. So it's illiquid. And it's immovable. So if I move from here, my fixed deposit, my demat account, everything will move with me. I mean, even if it's a gold to that extent. Real estate, I can't carry it with me, put it in bag and transfer it. So it doesn't work like that. So it's an illiquid, indivisible, immovable asset. And to that extent, you want to be really, really careful before putting money into it. So real estate, if you are going to stay in there, live in that house, it's perfectly fine. When it comes to investments, be very, very, very careful because you're then creating an illiquid, indivisible, immovable asset class. And then to get into a situation where you are saying that I'm going to borrow money to put into it and get into rent, too cumbersome. I would not encourage to an average middle class person to get into these kind of complications because I'm assuming that your job is giving you enough stress and all. I mean, if it's not, then there are a couple of other things which will kind of stress will go away fast and then get into it. Don't get into it. So if the feeling is that does real estate give good returns, there's all probability it will. But it's not always the best return that you want. I mean, between a plane and a cycle, plane always gives good return. But if I want to go just 2 kilometers away, there isn't any flight. You have to take a cycle.
You're watching NSE FinWiz powered by CNBC TV 18 Season 2. It's time for a very short break, after which we go over to the audience as they put forth their questions for our experts. We'll be right back.